So I hear that you're the black sheep. You are the unwanted, ridiculed, rejected, and considered weird person in your family, in your community, in your school, in your country, wherever you are. You just feel like you don't fit in. You feel like you don't have a circle of friends. You feel alone and you stand out like a sore thumb. Trust me, I feel you. Wherever I've gone, I've always kind of felt like I really stand out. And it's not because I wanted to, it's not because I was drawing attention to myself. It is simply because I was different, and so are you. There's nothing wrong with that, although we have been taught, made to believe that there's something wrong with someone who stands out, with someone who's misunderstood. You will be misunderstood because there's a certain bravery, courage that you come with for choosing autonomy over your body, over your voice, and over your life's direction. And people fear things that they don't know. If what is determined to be successful is not the journey that you end up going on, you will be shunned. You will be an outcast. Because it's like, oh my God, look, there's nothing for them that's been proven that who you are or who you've chosen to be or how you appear and who you be has a definite, viable success rate. I'm not sure if that's the word I'm looking for, but they already know what it is to be successful, to be a doctor, to be a lawyer, to be an engineer, because there's statistics to prove that. And so you want to be an artist, you want to write a book, you want to write a book in a village where there's nobody who's ever written a book, where books are known, but like they don't know a single author. They know of authors, but somebody in our community be an author? Excuse me, be a public figure, be known, be cherished, be honored? Absolutely no way. Because you're the weirdo, you're the rejected one. How can you be the chosen one? Right? And so I believe each person within them has the ability to choose who they want to be. But a lot of people are scared. And that's why I said you're courageous because you're like, to hell with the system. I don't understand it. They understand it because they've been taught that whatever's in their face is whatever is true. And anything that is not directly within their vision is not true or is not possible for them or for anyone else. And because they don't believe it to be true for themselves, they don't believe it to be true for you too. And so they have it within them, the ability to see that the system they're living within is not good for them, but they don't trust themselves to be able to break free from that system. And so when you break free from the system, you trigger them because you show them the version of themselves that they could have been but are scared to become. And so then they become scared of you because you're mirroring that version of themselves that they thought would, excuse me, let me actually drink water, that they thought would have failed. Now, when I first started recording this video, I was stuttering a lot. I was starting the video multiple times because I didn't believe I had the ability to speak on this, even though I had a thought that said the title of this video will be Dear Black Sheeps, or This is for the Black Sheeps, right? But when I started sitting down, I was like, what do I know about this? Even though I've been a black sheep where I've gone. And so after like making 6 videos and all of them being flops, I said, no. So I said, God, or God within, intelligence, give me direction. Let me know what I need to say to these people. Let me know what is within me, what truth is within me that needs to come out. Now, you don't need to say it the way I said it, but the point of what I said to myself was, I need to be able to have the courage to speak on what I know to be true. Let me help somebody else from my knowledge, and let me be courageous to speak on other people to be courageous. And then I started the video again, and then I started flowing. I had less stutters, which is the video that you're watching now. What I'm trying to say to you is the truth and the direction that you want to go is already within you. You need to tap into it by asking it. Hey, look, I don't like the direction that I'm being pushed towards. So what's the direction that I need to go? What's my purpose? Ask yourself, ask God, ask whoever or whatever you think will give you the answers, whether it's the divine, whether it's source, whether it's the universe, we're all speaking the same language. It's just coming in different fonts. But at the end of the day, you will get the guidance that you're asking for, so long as you believe the source that you're asking for it from will give it back to you. And so I'm learning that I'm meant to speak. Hold on, my back hurts because I'm sitting really wrong. What was I saying? Your purpose is within you. And you, as a black sheep, what makes you different from the people in your community is that you have the courage to see that, but I'm being led a different path. I feel that this is what I like. I like color. I like makeup. I like movies. I want to act, right? I want to do public speaking because I feel a lot of enthusiasm and excitement when I speak positivity or when I speak in general. I love my voice to be heard. And oftentimes we say that person just likes to be heard in a negative way. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be heard. There's something wrong with not tapping into your potential. Because when you keep listening to these people with limited mindsets, when they're like, oh my God, you just like to be a center of attention. So what? I want to be in the movies, okay? I want to be seen. I want to speak in front of 50,000 people in real life. How about that? For me, that feels like more rewarding than even reaching 2 million people on the internet. Obviously, it would mean a lot to be able to touch that many people's lives. However, it would also be really rewarding to touch that many people's lives in real life. Do you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with wanting the big things. In matter of fact, God has given us everything. Everything on earth is for us to experience, to use. And if you're meant to motivate or be the, what do you call that thing? The anchor for somebody else, somebody to look forward to you when they seek God and when they seek their own voice, when they seek their own direction, that's a beautiful thing, right? There's so much beauty in this world. There's so many jewels. There's so many untapped potentials, so much air that's just stagnant, so much energy that's stagnant because most people are taught to live in stagnancy and never tap into their and never realize their potential because I don't know, I actually don't understand who it benefits to keep people stagnant. But there's places and there's platforms like YouTube. So you're like, oh my God, there's no money to be made from public speaking. There's no money to be made from showing people how I make my blueberry jam. There's no money to be made from showing people how I package my water. There's no money to be made. There's money to be made, my sister. There's money to be made. Because there's YouTube. You have a phone. Everybody has a smartphone these days. I don't care what your quality is. Do you know the wizard Liz? I swear she uses an iPhone. Like, even an iPhone 6. Her quality isn't the best. But the gems she speaks and the money she probably makes from YouTube alone, even though there's multiple other platforms, because she uses what she has and she understands that when she puts her work out there, she's going to get the money back. She's putting value out to get value back in. Because to put out anything, you have to receive. Don't just be giving, 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 giving. You're expending so much energy, you're emptying your cup, and you're not receiving anything in return. I don't understand how what I'm saying relates to being a black sheep, but I think I really lost the plot. I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, there is potential. There's nothing wrong with being a black sheep. There's nothing wrong with wanting something different for your life. If anything, I keep saying there's nothing wrong, but there's so much blessing in tapping into your unrealized potential. And if it means losing the people around you because they don't believe in you and they don't believe in themselves, that's okay. Because the more you tap into yourself, the more you find your people, the more you find your crowd, the more you find the people who are meant to support you, who are meant to fulfill you as you fulfill them. So tap into that potential. Okay? And if you don't know which platforms to use to tap into that potential, like I said, if you want to speak, come onto YouTube. You want to showcase your brand, whatever. Go on the internet. That's how you know that there's plenty for everybody. Sometimes I think, but there's no space for me because there's so many people out there. But my voice is different. And while I might be preaching the same thing that everybody else is preaching, I'm going to say it in a different way. Because I'm using my voice. I'm not imitating. Do you know how much effort it takes to imitate somebody else? I'm doing it the easy way. By just speaking my mind and my voice. Yes, I have inspirations. Again, I have the wizard Liz. She inspires me because I feel like she's very knowledgeable. She has gems, and she's different. So she was definitely a black sheep, wherever she came from. But look, we appreciate her work. We appreciate the wisdom that she speaks from within. And so that's the thing, you're a black sheep and you have so much value. You're discarded because they don't understand you. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It's time for you to learn to understand yourself, understand what it is that you're here to bring. And if you don't understand yourself, ask God, ask yourself within, ask the universe, what is it that I'm here to bring onto this earth? What is my purpose? What am I here to fulfill? Right? And then do that. Because it's not going to come to you in some magical way. It is quite literally feeling like, oh shit, I want to write about something today. I had a dream and I want to write about it. And as you write, maybe more thoughts come and more thoughts come and more thoughts come, because that is intelligence. That is infinite intelligence speaking through you to the paper, which is going to let you speak to other people. Do you understand? The intelligence, the knowledge, whatever it is that we're speaking on, comes from within you. It's not going to come from somebody else. It might come through a conversation. Maybe someone will trigger an idea and then you start speaking on that. Maybe you need to watch a show and something in that show will trigger an idea, but that idea is still coming from within you. And that's what you're going to express, and it's going to tell you how to express it. If you feel like, oh my God, I feel like rapping, I feel like writing a poem, that is infinite intelligence. That is God answering your prayer. That is your intuition telling you which direction that you need to go. Okay? Be the black sheep. Be proud to be the black sheep. Because to be the black sheep means you're the one with the courage. You're the one who's going to change things. And you might not know how yet, but you will with time. So long as you keep tapping into that divine intelligence, you know. If you keep listening to the voice of God, if you keep listening to your intuition, you'll start knowing which direction to go. Yesterday I was bland as hell. Today I was like, I want to do some makeup. I want to be bright. Why do I want to be bright? Because I feel bright. I feel I have so much light within me that I just haven't expended, haven't taken out there, because I've been so scared for, in our language, we say someone like me, someone who papas, someone who has a lot of energy, who seeks attention, someone who just wants to be out there, just wants to be seen. Yeah, I want to be seen. And there's nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, there's something great about that. Because it means there's something I know within myself that needs to come out. Someone needs to see that. Someone needs to be inspired by that. Someone needs to see the light, transmute that light into their own light, right? I've transmuted my darkness, how people have spoken about me, the insecurities I have, the lack of confidence, and I've transmuted it into light. And so today, I'm expressing that light because I am no longer held or driven by my darkness. I'm driven by the light within me. And I think I'm not the only one who deserves to see that. You deserve to see it too, because you deserve some brightness in your life. Your life is a bit bland, I see. It's a bit dark, I see, but I'm here to bring some color. Yeah. And so, yeah, you might be, the moment you start tapping into your divine potential, you might stop relating to the past version of yourself, the one that was dark, the one that was stuck in misery and self-pity, crying all the time, being depressed, full of anxieties. I'm so free right now. What is anxiety? Who's that? Anxiety is scared of me. What you mean? Allow yourself to glow, because when you allow yourself to glow, you allow things that glow to come to you, and all the things that you've wished for in life start flocking towards you, all the light, all the beauties, because when you're in darkness, only darkness comes to you. And then you wonder, why am I always in impending doom? Because, well, you didn't trust yourself to have beautiful things. You were not happy with yourself, so unhappy things and thoughts and people came towards you, flocking like you deserve them. No, you don't. You deserve love, you deserve light, you deserve glowing, you deserve brightness and all things beautiful. And I promise you, once you be that, once you embody that, once you express that, it comes to you full force. So this is for a black sheep. You're transmuting that blackness into light. The blackness, there's nothing wrong with it. Because if you were to polish it, I promise you, you'll be bright as ever. It won't be dull anymore. So be bright in your darkness. And don't let anybody tell you there's something wrong with you. There's something great with you. Okay? Thank you and goodbye. My name is Piwe, and this is my perspective. Yeah. I'd like to know what you guys think. I'd love if you could subscribe. I'd love to know how this video resonated with you. And yeah, stay safe.